Hey people, welcome to my first sketchbook tour. I hesitated to make it because I don't think my skill is high enough yet, but I figured I can use it to sort of push myself and then use it as a future reference as I go. So, this sketchbook is from Manuscript. I'll link them in the description. Got it back in Ukraine in 2018 or so and kept for the future. Yeah, as you can see, the front page is missing, and that's because in 2019, while I was back home from uni holidays, my dorm room got broken into, and near about everything got stolen, all of my art supplies as well. They left the sketchbook, but it was kind of ripped apart a little. Again, you can kind of see that it's supposed to look like this. Yeah, I felt bad throwing it away, given that I lost everything else, so I just used it as is. This sticker my friend got me from somewhere, and the draw please is here because, like, after this whole ordeal, I got, like, really demotivated and stopped drawing, for a while. Aside for random doodles, I didn't really draw for a couple of years. So this sketchbook is just me trying to get back into drawing more regularly and, yeah, kind of get myself back on track. I had no goals or expectations for this one besides just doing something, I guess, so in that regard I think it served its purpose. And yeah, quick PSA before I start, 90% of the sketchbook is filled with Gojo and Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen, so if it's not your thing, it's totally fine. I went a little bit insane in this one, and the new sketchbook I started looks roughly the same, so it seems to be a pattern for foreseeable future. But yeah, there are heaps of amazing sketchbook tours out there. Yeah, this one might be not that interesting for you. If it is, then yeah, great. I hope it will be interesting for some of you. If not, yeah, as mentioned before, it'll just serve as a personal reference. And let's just start. So I started this one in August, and I think this is when I first watched Strangers from Hell. It was great. So first few pages I think are just the characters from there. So this is Munjo, some more Munjo, nothing to write home about. Here I watched Ichi the Killer, and I didn't really like the movie. I just don't like the director, to be honest. Like, I try to get into his stuff, but just doesn't work for me. But the set design and the colors and the characters, impeccable. Like, this guy's fashion, wow. So, yeah, I specifically watched the movie because of him. Some random doodles from Beyond Evil. Yeah, projecting because I am. This one is one of my favorites in the sketchbook, to be honest. And I think I drew it on one of the company parties. Yeah, looks nice. Here, yeah, I went to Kiev for holidays, and this is just a beer can wrapper. And this is a sketch from Double Mints, I believe. I don't really remember. Week Hero. Yeah, I went through a couple of months of being obsessed with yet another drama. I guess this is just how I roll. I like this one. I like how this one turned out. What happened here with perspective, I don't know. I obviously was drawing those no references. Everything outside of this, so yeah, it is what it is. Chanu from Strangers from Hell again. Oh, I really like this one. And I don't remember where I drew it, but I remember I was struggling with reference so badly. But yeah, it turned out nicely. I don't know, I rarely use references. I should definitely do it more often, but again, the goal was to just draw anything. If I'm spending a couple of hours looking for reference, I'm already way too tired to even start. So yeah, just happy about this thing. And here we have it. I think from here on, yeah, 90% is just them. So I initially watched Jujutsu Kaisen back in 2020, and then I read the manga up until the Shibuya arc, and I think I just temporarily dropped it. I don't remember why. I really liked it. I think I was busy. I was graduating, so. And then, yeah, I happily forgot about it for the next 4 years. And now that the second season was airing, I decided I, might go back to it and try to watch it again. And man, it hit me like a truck. It's not even funny. I watched it in December and I haven't recovered since then. That's all I draw and that's all I read about, and I don't think I'm even good at keeping up with the manga. I'm just good at keeping up with whatever is happening in the fandom. So, yeah, and I'm not complaining. I'm quite happy that it did push me to draw, even if it's the same two people. Regardless, I'm picking up the pencil. That's what matters to me. So yeah. Here I was definitely drunk, and that's why it's so skewed. It's somewhere also during the holiday. I always have like two choices when I'm drinking. Either I'm talking, and I mean like I cannot shut up. So if I'm in the setting where I would rather be quiet, like with my colleagues and such, or if I cannot talk to someone, then I just start drawing. So there are a lot of drunk drawings here as well. They're of dubious quality, but again, it is what it is. Yeah, just some random doodles. Oh, I was in a 40-hour bus, either to Ukraine or from Ukraine, and I took 2 pencils with me, and one of them rolled under the seat somewhere in the darkness in the first 2 hours. So for the next 38, I was stuck with an orange pencil. So I didn't draw much, obviously, but yeah, I was very excited to jot some ideas down because, of course, I need to sketch all of these amazing thoughts, and then I'm gonna draw them digitally and make an effort. Never happened, so I might be keeping them for the future, but yeah, otherwise just some discarded stuff. More satosugu doodles. Yeah, I like this one. It's skewed, but it's it's skewed, but it's cute. And more sad stuff. I really latched onto Ghetto as a character just because he's literally me. But I really like his story and I like his reasoning and I like his character, and I won't say more about it because I literally can just go on for hours. But yeah, there's a lot of Ghetto here. I like Gojo, but more so like by extension because he's attached by the hip to this dude. Yeah, some more sadness. Again, I also like this one. It was not supposed to be that skewed, but I kind of liked how it turned out, even though I was not trying. The problem is, I think I was drawing it was like 12B or something, so it's extremely dirty. I cannot erase like whatever's happening here, and kind of pisses me off, but again, it is what it is. I scanned it and cleaned it off digitally a little, and that's fine, that's okay, whatever. Again, some more random doodles, nothing special, some more doodles. Oh, I remember I drew this on Christmas, and I was so pissed by how ugly they turned out. I stopped drawing for like 3 days, and I was drawing like more or less daily during December, so I don't know. Yeah, was not feeling great with this one. That's actually self-portrait. You can kind of gauge how ugly I am. And yeah, one head is like this because I'm apologizing for being alive. So my Christmas holidays went by great. And yeah, that's another beer wrapping. I really like how creative they get with alcohol in Eastern Europe. Like, it's not even a matter of taste, just the amount of thought that goes into the design and the packaging, and I don't know, I really love it. Some ugly doodles. Yeah, it was just a period where I couldn't draw normally. I don't know why, it just happens sometimes. Oh, here I was definitely drinking. Again, you can tell when it gets just very jumpy. And I often pick up a pen when I'm drunk because I couldn't care less about, actually making it pretty. And I've been keeping track of what I've been drinking, and then I kind of lost it. Yeah, cider, wine or liquor, and then, yeah, McDonald's and a blackout. I really like the spread. Again, I was drawing it You see, very important information. I was drawing it hungover in an Airbnb on the 1st of January. So I completely skipped over the new year, just passed out at like 10, woke up at 4, and went to drawing sad gay shit. So here's my priorities for this year. Yeah, I like it because there are some angsty ideas, and I still really want to remake this one digitally. So again, I'm not super creative as is, so anytime I manage to draw anything that's not like a floating head and slightly turned to the left or something, then yeah, I'm already happy. So this is just the headcanon I had for Gojo after Ghetto left. Yeah, because of his sweet tooth, he might have been coping by binging sweets, potentially. I'm projecting again, but you know, there's no one to stop me, so here's that. And yeah, some sad stuff. This one was supposed to be 4 pictures in the end. Like 4 seasons on the same bench. So one when they're both like happy during their school years, and one when like Gojo was overworking and Geto was withering away. Another one when Geto left, and then the one where Gojo is like with his students and stuff. So I just thought about drawing 4 pictures in this perspective, and I gave up immediately. I'm keeping it for the abstract future where my skills are high enough to be able to execute it and be happy about it. So yeah, I might still do it if I don't lose my hyperfixation in the future. So yeah, some more angsty stuff. Oh, Hero was in the bus again, that's why it's so ugly. I didn't bother correcting it or covering it just because, you know, I need to face my mistakes sometimes. This one looked better before it's smudged to hell and back. Again, I was drawing a lot with 12B without like thinking that it's gonna smudge, and then it did, and I was like, oh shit, and the rest of the sketchbook, like somewhere from halfway from there until the end, I was drawing with like 2B, 3B. A marginally better choice. More angsty stuff. Again, I love my angsty headcanons. Just give them as much pain as possible, and that's what I'm here for. So I didn't bother correcting it. I cannot draw women or children, so yeah, I completely fumbled it and just never attempted again. Yeah, apparently the only woman I can kind of draw is myself, and that's because I'm not making myself look feminine. I mean, because I don't look feminine, but whatever. Yeah, here I started smoking, I guess. Either more than usual, or maybe I started after a few months of trying to quit or something. Because, yeah, what I do when I dip into unhealthy coping mechanisms, I'm just drawing myself from a third-party perspective to try and show myself how pathetic and stupid it looks. So here I was... what is this? I wonder if smoking is related to the shortness of breath, because I was coughing a lot, and then I was saying to myself, no, it is definitely not smoking, that's just, you know, that's the dry air, that's because it's winter. So yeah, I quit shortly after drawing this, and I'm smoking again now, but I had a good run, a good half a year. So, yo. Some more suffering. I like how this turned out, just because that's the first and last time I draw Toji. I don't really like him so much, but I do like his design, obviously, so, yup. Oh my god. Here, I think I had Higuruma, and I drew him so ugly, like, that's the first cover up through the whole sketchbook, and you've seen there are some ugly, and you've seen there are some ugly things before, but this one was just abhorrent. So yeah, I pasted digital ghetto, and honestly, it's kind of sad. I drew this one in January, and I still consider it the best thing I've drawn this year. It was like 2nd, 3rd of January maybe, and it's never got better from there. But I do really like this one, and yeah, some crying Gojo, some bleeding Gojo. Again, I like to make him cry. These are some tea packagings that I brought from my trip to Korea in November. Actually, amazing tea. I'm normally not that fussy about the teas that I drink, but especially the sweet bouquet and the camellia flower. Like the smell is otherworldly. So yeah, if anyone's going to Korea, I highly suggest you get a package. I mean, it's a nice present if anything. So yeah. Yeah, these turned out smudgy again. I was super unhappy with both of them, but you know, just one of the things I'm unhappy about. And this one was supposed to be yet again remade digitally, like a summer Polaroid, like before Ghetto defected, like was the grain and all of these like retro filters, but yet again never managed. I will though. I'm keeping the sketchbook and I'm keeping this video, and maybe one day, yeah, one day. Here I was drinking and projecting yet again. I think it's my default when I'm drinking. It's should we wait a second? Yeah, look at this. It's the same pose. It's the same exact. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I don't have an explanation for myself. Just apparently my brain just defaults to stuff sometimes. Yeah, Ghetto killing his parents, point of view number 1 and point of view number 2. Oh, yeah, I was definitely ranting a lot here about my exams. I had to pass the Dutch proficiency exams this year for my permanent residence, finally. And yeah, it was not a great experience. I passed, by the way, successfully. It was like all 10s out of 10. But yeah, just the preparation was excruciatingly boring. So yeah, that's kind of me sulking about my exams. And let's get a lick in the floor, because that's just what I do to cope. Me suffering, man. Suffering, I suppose. Some more doodles, super ugly. I kind of like how Gojo turned out here. I have a lot of troubles drawing him. Like honestly, his design to me is so unremarkable. He's like the most generic anime twink imaginable. I like him as a character, but I really hate his design. So I still to this day I cannot draw him like him. So I think that's the closest I've got. Smoking POV, and here I was just ranting about something again. Yeah, colors. Colors for the first time in forever. I don't like working with colors because I cannot really do it properly, and I'm super impatient. Both with the colors and with the media. So here, I guess, I'm not sure if it's visible, but I don't even like wait for it to dry, so it's kind of very textured because I was just smudging the wet paint. And Gojo's Fortnite skin. And the videos with JJK skin emotes were on my background for like weeks, and I don't even play Fortnite. That's a cute reference, I keep losing it all the time. And this, I was waiting for Gojo lookup figure since January. I pre-ordered it in January, and I drew this in March, I guess, because I finally had an announcement that it was getting shipped. And then in April, the shipping got cancelled, so I got a refund. But I'm still kind of pissed. I wrote here that like I'm getting you delivered, and that's the only figure ever that I didn't get. So kind of ironic, kind of jinxed it for myself, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, some more of the me struggling with my self-image versus men in questionable positions. Nothing to add, to be honest. It's this one translates as the a healthy soul, kind of, is in a healthy body, which is supposed to be ironic because I'm mentally ill, and I think at the moment I was like physically unwell for whatever reason. So yeah, great times. Yeah. Here was supposed to be Gojo, but I just promptly gave up the moment I had to like actually draw his face. Here was just testing the markers that I got in Kiev. These are the ones from my childhood. I was really startled that they still make them, because they're so these ones are like the markers from my childhood. I was so startled that they still make them. They're scented. So let's say the black smells like blueberry, and then the pink like strawberry. Actually, no, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, something else, something berry. So yeah, I can still smell it from here, but I really hate how they turned out. I'm like, I don't even know why. I just, out of this whole sketchbook, these are probably the ones that I hate the most. And I actually tried on, well, I kind of tried on them, so depressing. These were supposed to be figure studies, and yeah, the JJK brainrot just took over. Some more ugly sketches. Yeah, a random Pinterest guy. Oh, these? Oh man, this is smudged as well. But yeah, these, like this spread, if I can call it a spread, I drew terribly hungover on a work trip. And I resorted to sketching because I needed some distraction to not puke. So yeah, that kind of worked. And I was actually quite happy that I can see the page and that it looks nice. Oh, I don't remember what was... Yeah, no. These two were so ugly, I just pasted the more recent studies here because I just couldn't bear to see this every time I opened the sketchbook, so yeah. Yet again, that was supposed to be an idea. Well, I mean, well, not supposed to be, that is an idea for the digital, just the digital never happened, but I'm keeping the idea. Whew, gave up again when it was Gojo's turn. I like Ghetto's design so much. I first started drawing him specifically because of his design. Like, I couldn't care less about him as a character, but just the amount of nice details and design choices that went into this. Like, come on, this is it's so recognizable. This is so nice. And then yeah, Gojo is just Gojo. I don't really feel compelled to draw him. So if I start with Ghetto, at some point I just starting with Gojo. Because if I start with Ghetto, I'll stop with Ghetto. Like, I'm never getting myself to draw the other dude. So yeah. But that's the pre-killing scene because I like to suffer. Some more taking my struggles out on the anime character. So one is nauseous, one has a headache. I went outside to touch the grass. This doesn't help. Probably, for how ugly it is, that's probably the most normal looking sketch I have from the outside. I never, well, very rarely do I draw something other than people. So this is just also something that's not interesting to me in the slightest. So I'm not even like putting an effort into it. So obviously it looks bad. But yeah, this is not the worst I've drawn, I guess. Oh yeah, here I started drinking again. So hey, that's my laptop monitor, anime figurines, bottles of alcohol setup. And I'm gonna skip through the next few pages because that's just drunk ranting. I was writing a lot. Yup. This was it? Oh yeah, wow, you're spectacularly drunk again, so I guess. That's why it's so wonky, but I still kind of like it. Gojo's ass and whatever is going on with Sukuna. Oh, more of these markers. Like, this page smells like a fruit salad. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is so nice. Like, I was not super happy with, again, how it turned out, but at least I can still smell it when I go through the sketchbook, so that's the good part. You can gauge what's going on here. Twitter got to me. I don't have an explanation for myself here either. And some more said Ghetto. This is my manga getting delivered. These are so cute. I really like it. More Goju and Ghetto. This is one of the ugliest pages. I don't even want to, like, this is fine. This, whatever this is. Shotgunning because I started smoking again. And here I was just trying to get how Goju looks like, and I don't think I got it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think it helps, but it got a little bit better, and like this is how I would want to draw him normally, and just, it's not working out. It doesn't. Another work trip, because I was stuck on a bus for 4 hours one way. It was very, very, very boring. So I was just drawing Ghetto for the whole day. That's I was drawing in like loose A4 pages, so there's way more, but that's the nicest one, I guess. And his ass. Ooh, this one I started, and that's actually the first challenge I finished. Oh man, this is ugly. But I figured I'm really struggling with the head shapes. You can tell. You can tell. You can tell. I finished that outside of the sketchbook later because I figured I'm not doing myself a favor by drawing them that small. Like, it's difficult for me to assess what exactly goes wrong, where like 1 millimeter can make such a huge difference. So just random ghettos and pencils that someone from work got me for free. Just, I don't know, they dropped them on my desk and were like, here you go. Yeah, they're not that great, but I'm not that great with colors either, and beggars can be choosers, so I'm still very happy. Some more projecting. This is just to fix it where Ghetto haven't defected and is helping Goju dress up for some like clan meeting or whatever. More random doodles. The yapper and the listener. Yeah, about that. I think the last few pages were just straight up porn. And again, I don't have an explanation, so I just had to cover all the parts that YouTube won't like, and yeah, otherwise, it is what it is. This is canon to me, that's all. Oh, I was rewatching an old YouTube series that I used to really like in like 2020. I'm not gonna translate all that. This one is saying, if you're traveling with a friend, the road will be way more fun. The road to hell. And yeah, with the friend in question, that's exactly where you get. Yeah. Oh, you know what? When I'm saying I'm gonna draw this digitally, I'm actually gonna do it. There's a way higher chance that I'm gonna do this than, you know, all the other set stuff. You can clearly see my priorities here. This is cute. This is not, but that was, yeah, at like 142 already, so I kind of just gave up. These are the heads from the end of the like head drawing challenge, and I was quite happy with how they turned out. Like, obviously it's still super basic and I still suck at shading and all, but ignore this. One of the goals I have for this year, for the remainder of the year, is to work more with expressions, because I started drawing more of character interactions rather than just like floating heads, and my inability to draw even like the simplest emotion just really shows now, and it's really annoying for me. So yeah, I started drawing some smiles, which, you know, for someone who just never did it, I would say it turned out fine. And some more Goju, just because why not? I clearly didn't use a reference. You can tell by the size of his head relative to the size of his ass. Well, thigh, kind of, but not too bad. This is probably the most personal drawing in the sketchbook. Yeah, there's way too much to explain with this one, so I'm not going to. But this is supposed to be me, and these are some people I know. Yeah, that's the end, I guess. I decided to end it on a more positive note after whatever this was. Yeah. So as you can see, it took me nearly a year, but given that, like, this is from December up until now, it kind of worked. I would say it fulfilled its purpose. And that's it. I hope I didn't bore you too much with my rambling. Yeah, let me know what you think, if you liked it or if you didn't. I'm curious to hear any thoughts that will be new to me. I'm normally keeping my drawings to myself. And yeah, thanks you for watching and have a good one.